Hey there, this is the Doug Show podcast. Today is still Nazari here, and that's the fifth episode and the second part of our format with questions. So, if you didn't hear the episode number 4, you better start from there. The topic for this episode will be a football fans and football players bucket list. What is included there and what are the most interesting points? Let's get it started. Bucket list is the list with things that you want to do before death. Even if it sounds a little strange for you, it's a very popular thing all over the world, especially among teenagers. So I guess it's better to start with the list for fans, and I can already say that it will be quite diverse. I read many articles about this and chose the most interesting ones and the most popular ones, I guess. I will start with this one. It's called Have the Coolest Football T shirt ever. So, by saying the coolest, I mean the t shirt of your favorite club, of your home club. And in my opinion, the t-shirt of your favorite team is the main attribute of every fan. It shows his belonging to the club and his loyalty. Also, the fans sitting in the stadium wearing t-shirts in their club's color seems to fill it with strength and energy. So, if opponents were playing not against the players, but again, all the fans, all the stadium, and for me also a t-shirt can be worn not only on match days, and I have already seen that many fans wear them in like everyday life. They play sports, they wear them on vacation to walk on streets or to go to the gym and do some sport. So this is the main attribute of each fan. We're going to step number 2 to point number 2, and it's follow your team on a Champions League matches. I guess that's really a dream of loyal fan, and I think it's a pretty clear point. A lot of fans, truly dedicated fans, travel with their teams to each country during European clubs, Champions League, European League. And after all, fans are very important during away matches. They connect the team with home, so they create an atmosphere and support for the players. The third thing is to take a child to his or her first match. I remember my first live match that I attended at the NSK Olimpijski Stadium in Kiev. For me, it was amazing. The stadium holds 70,000 people. It was very loud, it was very emotional, and I guess I remember this forever. So that's sort of a joy to get your child, I guess, better at the age of 6-7 years old. If your child is really interested in football or any sport, that's gonna be the best idea ever, I guess. And we are moving to the next one. So fourth is to score a goal in front of the whole stadium. What a feeling. Oh my god. After all, it's everyone dream to score a goal at your home stadium where the stadium is full of fans, and I have already seen this opportunity in several clubs, and they are doing it like during the halftime. One lucky person had a chance to score against the first team keeper, and even win some prizes. If you score the goal, you can get like club t-shirt or souvenirs or stuff like that. So I wouldn't refuse this opportunity either. And I wouldn't refuse this opportunity either. We are moving on. So the five is go to the World Club final. Games of national teams, in my opinion, are most important among fans, and because you cannot change the national team, it's your home, your roots. So during these matches, it's not just team playing against other team. It's country against other country, an entire nation, people standing behind their teams. And the World Cup is by no means the most important tournament of all time. There is nothing more important for players, as I have already heard and seen. Every professional football player has a dream to win the World Cup, and that's their goal. That's their yeah. I guess every football player has this point in his bucket list. So yes, and the World Cup is the most interesting tournament for each player. And to have the opportunity to get to the final of this championship is a dream to all the fans and their national teams. And following me, number 6 is like a bit specific because it's to hear You Will Never Walk Alone being belted out at Anfield. I've already seen like 100 times videos on different platforms on YouTube that Liverpool fans are singing that song. So even if you are not a Liverpool fan but a football fan, then you have obviously heard the song You Will Never Walk Alone performed by fans of this team. The song became the cult not only among fans but throughout the world, thanks to social media, social networks. It quickly spread around the world, and people even began to come up with jokes, humor, and other creative things related to it. So you should definitely go to YouTube and listen to the song performed by the entire Anfield Stadium. If you still didn't do that, you should definitely search for You Will Never Walk Alone song. And I guess the last one, an extra, is to play fireside while floating around in the Andaman Sea. So I have seen the photo of not quite a big, but like 5 against 5 football field that is just floating on water, and I guess it's located in Thailand. Yes, so this small football field is located in Thailand. It floats on water and you can play football on it. It sounds a bit strange, but that's true, and you can search it in Google or other platforms and you're gonna see like a lot of photos with a beautiful view, and it looks a bit strange, but it looks like a football field actually. There are 2 goals and small sides placed there so the ball doesn't often fly into the water. But the most important thing is the feeling that you are playing on a field that has only water around, and such a beautiful view from there. I think that for lovers of something unusual, for football lovers, it is clearly a good place to visit. I would like to remind you that you can also leave your ideas and comments below under this podcast, and I'm waiting for your interesting items from your bucket list. Also, subscribe to my Instagram and podcast Instagram. You will find the link below this podcast. So now we move to the bucket list of a football player. Here I have chosen the most common and desirable things in my opinion. So the first and the most important, I guess, is to sign your first professional contract as a football player, and this is a step that every athlete who wants to continue their career after like 20 years old strives for. The first contract is always the greatest, the happiest, and the most emotional moment of your career, because at that moment you understand that all the work you have done has paid off, and now you're the part of the club and will also earn money. That's the main thing for most of the players, to earn money. This moment will be in your mind for a long time. If not forever, then it's gonna be until your last game, until your last match, I guess. So yes, the first professional contract is the most important thing. Number 2 is to play with or against your hero. I think we all had a football player, the favorite player and idol that you followed, an example of a professional football player you admired every game. So, and the moment when you go out on a field with him or against him will be a realization of your dream. You will see that you managed to achieve such heights, and everything is possible, and your dreams becoming true. So playing against your idol is a kind of responsibility towards your little yourself, because then you had no idea what does it feels like, what is it actually is. So to play against your hero is happiness, is different feeling actually. So we are moving to number 3, and it's Champions League title. The Champions League Cup has for me always been the most prestigious trophy in Europe, and attracts the largest numbers of football fans. Writing down the name of your club on that trophy would be something magical for aspiring football players. Everyone dreams of this title, and me either. I'm following as much as possible Champions League matches. I'm following every result, and especially I'm a fan of Manchester City. They won their first Champions League title last season, so we were cheering, and I hope they're gonna do it for the second time in a row. So let's go City. So our next stop is win the cup with your national team. As I said earlier, the national team will definitely not be less important than your club career. and winning a trophy with them will be a big victory for the whole country, because there are not only football players there playing against other team. There are country playing against other country, nation against other nation. So it's more than just a game. And by winning a trophy, it would be the biggest victory for whole country, for every fan, every player. And I guess that point should be definitely on that list. And last but not least is to get a contract with the top brand. I guess it's more like extra thing to earn some money. Also to promote yourself, an additional income. You can sign a contract with a famous brand. It doesn't have to be only sport brands, but I believe that any contract can provide you with greater recognition and income in addition to a football contract. So it's extra thing to make yourself more popular, to make yourself a bit richer. This is actually the good thing to do. So I think that these were the most important points from the bucket list of both the fan and the football player. If you have interesting opinions, don't forget to write them in the comments under this podcast or in my Instagram. Stay tuned for the new episode, and good luck to you all. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Not the birds like the cool days.